Welcome everybody, Farm Sim Snowy here. So we finally got a free content update with the patch 1.2 released today from Giants. We're going to take a look at a few of the things. I am going to leave a link in the description to their website, which you can read all about it, because there is an absolutely huge list of fixes and additions, changes and improvements, etc. There's been 16 new pieces of equipment and machinery added. We are going to take a look at them in this video. I'm not going to have them all out on display. I'll just show you them in the shop where you can find them and go through the slot counts, etc. like that. And what I've done is I've just picked out a few fixes and additions that kind of stood out to me. But like I say, there is quite a list there, so if you want to click on that link and read it for yourselves, but it is pretty good. I think it's going to please a lot of people. So some of the fixes that I've picked out is they've done a couple of fixes on the contracts. So there's a couple of things that were obviously wrong and they've sorted them out. One being where the contracts weren't being able to be completed, so that's been fixed. So that's pretty cool. Repair costs, they've fixed that, so that's smart as well, because myself included and some of you guys were a little bit annoyed at how pricey repairing your machinery and equipment was. So that's been fixed. The emptying of bunker silos has been fixed, which is pretty cool, because I know some of you guys were getting your silage stuck in there and you couldn't remove it. It says sell point prices and fluctuations have been fixed. So again, pretty cool. And I will say I haven't tested obviously all of these things. I've just read through and I've picked out a few things. So none of these things I've actually tested myself. Another one, reduced AI worker costs. So that's pretty cool, because they were a little bit steep compared to FS19. So hopefully that has been sorted out. One of the most disappointing fixes that I've read and picked out is they've fixed the animals running loose, which I thought was quite cool. Just randomly seeing a pig run out of the barn and into the field and everything. So that's been fixed, so you're not going to see any mad animals running around loose. The additions that they've added, again, I've just picked out a few. There is a bit of a list there as well. They've added the ability to enlarge mod hub screenshots when viewing mods, which is pretty cool. We'll look at that in a second. You can now sell all the buildings at the 4 farms on Elm Creek. So again, pretty smart. You can now sort of use one of those areas if you want to start your own farm down there. I will check out one of those areas as well in a second with you guys. They've added a mobile home placeable. And they've added an old barn placeable, which again we'll check out in a second. And then it says they've added the option to place vines and olives with parallel snapping. So that sounds pretty cool. Hopefully what that means is when you run a line of olives or grapevines down, you can then snap on to the next row, hopefully. Again, I haven't tested that, but that's just what I'm assuming. Bit like snapping the bunker silos together, maybe. And then at the very bottom of their little blog on their piece, it says known issues, and there's a little list there. It's not huge, so to me that's saying that there are other issues that they're aware of, so hopefully they will be sorted in the near future as well. But first of all, seeing as we're on this screen, let's go to downloadable content and into the mod hub, and we'll look at these screenshots that you can now see, because I quite like this, because there was a few times for myself where I was interested in a mod but you couldn't really see the pictures that great because they were quite small. So let's just, for instance, go on small tractors here. We'll click on this Fiat, and as you can see right down the bottom it says view screenshots. So for me that's L3, so if I click that, we get a huge screenshot on the screen, and I can cycle through them now and get a sort of better look at the piece of equipment that you're trying to download. So I think that's quite cool. I'll go into trailers again, nice and big. So let's at least lets you sort of see it without having to download it and then check it out. But we're going to jump into it now, and I'll show you a couple of other things in the game and all the equipment as well. Right, so we're down here on Elm Creek, down at this sort of pig farm, which you couldn't do anything with these buildings. So first of all, obviously you need to buy the land, so let's buy the land like so, and then we'll go up into our build mode. And now when we go over to the buildings, as you can see, they go that sort of colour. So if we click on that, we can sell that barn. That's actually worth $4,000, which is pretty cool. And then we can click on this. When you go on this one, it does highlight all the others, so the farmhouse over there to the right and that barn, and I think even that little shed there. If we click on that one, that isn't worth anything, but we have gained $4,000, and they all disappear. So pretty cool. That is that sort of one. One thing I will say I did notice from the update is the sound. It sounds a lot crisper and louder to me. I normally have my TV on volume 10, which is fine. I've come on here and I had to check the volume. It sounded so loud, and when I got in this pickup at the shop and drove down here, I've had to go into my settings and turn the vehicle volume down. So just one thing that you might want to check when you're sort of setting up. You probably will notice it. I noticed it straight away. It sounded quite noisy. Anyway, whilst we're in this menu and we're down here, let's have a look at the mobile home and old barn that they've added. So the old barn is actually in sheds here, under buildings, in sheds. If we scroll along, we're actually on it there. It's one slot to place down, and there it is, it's there. 8,000 to buy, so you can place that down. We'll check them out in a second. Now the mobile home as well, you can find that under buildings, and that is actually under farmhouses, and it's this fella here. 6 slots, 20,000 to buy. If we plonk that down, I can't place that because I've not sold the farm at Elm Creek. Bear with me a second. Right, let's try that again. I've just sold the original farmhouse. So in farmhouses, down the bottom there, 20,000 to buy, 6 slots. If we just plonk that down there, like so, we'll go and check all these out as well. So this barn's quite cool. As you can see, old style looking barn. Looks a bit tight getting things through there. Very cool with the wood effect. I like that. And then our farmhouse or mobile home is just up here. Like so. We should have our sleep trigger just there. Again, very nicely detailed. Cheaper option if you want to go for that. Pretty cool. I like that. Now, shall we quickly take a look at the grapevines to see what happens there? So in productions, orchards, we'll just go for the grapes first, I think. And I think this is our field, so we'll go here. So I'm interested to know what happens. So we'll plant, just go something like that. And then, oh, I see. Already I didn't cancel that. Before you had to cancel that and then start again, so it's automatically assumed that I've wanted to place that down there when I bought it. So that's what it does then. So instead of getting to that point where we lose it, it just snaps. If you look carefully, it just snaps. I'll try and zoom in a little bit more. It's probably a bit too much. So it snaps there, just there. So hopefully that should give us, and it's not letting me go out on the angle now, look. So you're just dead straight, and that's going to give us, hopefully, the perfect, he says, where are we, over here, the perfect distance between the two vines. That's pretty cool, I like that. No more patches when you're trying to put your grapes and olives down. That's pretty smart. Right, so I think that's all I wanted to talk about and show you those things. Let's move on to all of the equipment they've added in. So if we go into our store, obviously we can find them all by name, brand in here. But first of all, we have got, and apologies if I pronounce some of these a bit wrong, we've got the AB 1600 and the AB 550, and they are water tankers, and you can find those under tools and under animals, and it's these guys. So it gives us two more options for water tankers. The 550 is 3 slots, holds 2082 litres, and it's 3,000 to buy. And the 1600 holds 6,056 litres. It's a bit random numbers. And that is 4 slots, 8,000 to buy. And there they are. I like them. Pretty cool. Nice detail with all the hoses and the pipes, etc. All we can change is the rim colour from white to grey to black to chrome, like so. And we've got the license plate option. Has that been sorted out? Because we were having a bit of trouble trying to come down. Yeah, we can't come down onto the... Oh, there we go. Oh, that's because I've changed back to type, isn't it? Yeah, it won't let us go down onto the numbers, or it won't let me anyway. But that is that one, and that is this fella, the smaller one. Again, change the rim colours to exactly the same. Pretty cool. Next up is the Amazon TRAC U, and we can find that again in tools. That is under a miscellaneous, and that is this fella here, and it is a weight. It says at the top, a weight helps to keep a tractor's wheels on the ground and improves its balance. 5,000 to buy, 2 slots if you're on console, and there it is. Pretty cool. And we've got the option to add more weight on there if we want. So if at the minute no, we can go 100, and as you can see it's adding it to the bar on the top. 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, and then back to no. So again, pretty smart. Next one was the Bowmak track pack, which you can find under tools again, and that is under slurry tanks. And that is this fella here, so it's a slurry distributor. It's 62,000 to buy, 8 slots on console, 18 meters wide, and it's got a working speed of 12 miles per hour. So obviously you hook this up to your slurry spreaders to give yourself a better working width, spread width. All you can change on it is the license plate, but it's very cool. I like the colours on that. Very smart indeed. Next up, we've got some huge tractors. All of these you'll find under vehicles and under large tractors. And we have got, let's go and find them first. We've got the Case IH Road Track AFS Connect series, 488,500 base price, that is, sorry. Runs at 24 miles per hour. This is 13 slots on console. All we can change on there, that is a beast though, look at that. All we can change is the engine setup. So we go from the Road Track 420, 468 horsepower, 470, that's 524 horsepower. And the 500, that's 558 horsepower, and back to the 420. So obviously the price is going to go up quite a bit if you choose them ones. Then we've got the Quad Track AFS Connect series, 506,000 base price. Again, runs at 24 miles per hour. This is 14 slots if you're on console. Again, all we can change, again, lovely looking tractor. Huge. Very mean looking from the front as well. So the engine setup, again, we've got the quad track 470, that's 524 horsepower. We've got the 500, that's 558. And we've got the 540, that's 613. 580, 647 horsepower. The 620, which is 692 horsepower. That's going to cost you another 108.5 grand though. And then we're back to the 470. Again, change the license plate if you want to. And then we have at the end the Steiger AFS Connect series. This is the wheeled version, 402,000 base price. Again, 24 miles per hour, 14 slots again. We've got a few different options on this one. You can change the wheel brand from Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Vredestein, back to Trelleborg. In Trelleborg, got twin wheels and weights, back to twin wheels. In Michelin's, twin wheels and weights, back to twin wheels. I think this is going to be across the board. Continental, twin wheels and weights, back to twin wheels. Mitas, twin wheels and weights, back to twin wheels. BKT's, twin wheels weights, back to twin wheels. Vredestein's, twin wheels and the weights, and back again. And we're back to Trelleborg. Engine setup, we've got the 470, which is 524 horsepower. 500 takes up to 558. The 540 takes up to 613. The 580, 647. And the 620 is 692 horsepower. Again, it's going to put 89.5 grand on your price. License plate options if you want to. So that is those beasts out of the way. Next up, we have got the Flegel Agritechnic Noah TTW 140. You can find this under tools and under animal transport. This is a animal trailer. So there you go. 25,000 to buy. It's 4 slots on console. Holds 6 cows, 13 pigs and 13 sheep. No options on there apart from the number plate, but that is a cool looking trailer. Gives us another option. I like that. Very smart. And then after that we have got, and apologies again if I say this wrong, this is the Kongsgilde. We've got the GXF 3605P and the GXT 13005P. And they are mowers, so we can find them under tools and under mowers. And it's a front and rear setup. There they go at the end. So the front mower there, 15,000 to buy. Requires 95 horsepower, 3 slots on console, 3.5 meter working width, and runs at 13 miles per hour. There's no options, but there it is. So we've got another mower in the game. Pretty cool. And then this fella here, which is the rear one, 149,500 to buy. Requires 250 horsepower, 8 slots, 12.3 meters working width, and runs at 13 miles per hour also. Do have a couple of options there. We've got the work mode. You can change from that one to the collector. So that is probably, again, I haven't tested it, but I'm guessing that's going to do a swath drop, hopefully, and then back again. But that will put another 15 grand onto your price. And there is the option for the lunch. That's because I haven't had my lunch. License plate. Next up from there, we have got the Krona Big Pack 1290 HDP VC. This is a baler, so under tools, under balers. Towards the end, there it is there. Huge monster this is. 155,000 to buy, 245 horsepower required. It will do bells between 180 centimeters and 240 centimeters. 8 slots on console, runs at 10 miles per hour. Look at that beast. And we do have the option to add silage additive tanks. So at the minute we've got no. If we hit yes, we've got that on the back there. Now I'm not 100% sure how that works either, but we have got the option there. Puts another 2 grand on, and you've also got the license plate option if you wish to. From there we have got another Krone. This is the GX520. This is going to be found under tools, and this is a trailer, so under trailers. And towards the end, it's this guy here, 119,000 to buy, 52,000 litre capacity, 9 slots on console, holds pretty much everything. Now, can you see down the bottom all the symbols? I like that, because on FS19 it just had kind of like up to a certain amount of symbols and then 3 dots, I think it was, and then you couldn't see what else it holds. But now we've got this sliding sort of bar there that shows us everything. So as you can see, it holds pretty much everything, so pretty cool. We've got a few options on there. We can change the wheel brand from Trelleborg to Michelin, BKT, Vredestein, back to Trelleborg. In Trelleborg we've got standard, wide tyres back to standard, Michelin standard, wide, BKT's nothing in there, Vredestein's we've got standard or wides, and then we're back to Trelleborg's. Cover, where are we? We've got yes or no, so there you go, it's a cover there, so it's a folding one over and meets in the middle, and that is no. License plate option if you wish. Right, from there we have got the, I'm going to say Kun, or because I don't want to say the other thing because I don't like trying to pronounce this one, Primor 15070M. Quite a mouthful. This you'll find under tools and under animals as well, and this I think, if I remember, is a straw blower. So there it is at the end, the Primor 15070, 36.5 grand to buy, requires 100 horsepower, will hold 2 bales, and it's 5 slots on console, and as you can see, just straw, so it's a straw blower. No options apart from the license plate, but pretty cool. Looks like you've got the option to blow it out from either side possibly. Oh no, the blower's there at the front, apologies for that. Yeah, so another handy bit of kit there. Moving on from there, we've got the Landini Series 7 Robo 6. This is a tractor, so you'll find this under vehicles and medium tractors. Again, another tractor we can use. It's pretty cool, I like this, and it's got an awesome colour on it. 150,000 base price. It runs at 31 miles per hour top speed, 13 slots on console. Click on that. Look at that, that's nice. Very cool. Does look a bit like the Massey, but I think Landini and Massey Ferguson are kind of in together. I'm sure, I could be wrong. Apologies if I am wrong. Wheel brands we can change from Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Vredestein, Nokians, and back to Trelleborg. Trelleborg we've got standard, wheel weights, wide tyres and weights, rear twin wheels, narrow tyres, back to standard. Michelin standard, wheel weights, wide and weights, rear twins, twin wheels, narrow tyres, back to standard. Continental standard, wheel weights, wide and weights, rear twins, twin wheels, narrows, back to standard. Mitas, you got standard, wheel weights, rear twin wheels, back to standard. BKT standard, wheel weights, wide and weights, rear twin wheels, and back to standard. And then Vredestein we've got standard, wheel weights, wides, wide and weights, rear twins, twin wheels, narrows, and back to standard, Nokians, standard, standard 2, communal, and back to standard, and then we're back to Trelleborg. Front loader attacher, yes or no. We've got the quickie option, the Hauer or no, and then the engine setup. We've got the 7200 Robo 6, that is 190 horsepower. Change that to the 210, that's 210 horsepower. 230 is 225 horsepower. And then we're back to the 200. Main colour we can change from anything on there. So we've got the blue, metallic blue. That looks awesome. Look at that. Look at the shine on it. I love that colour. Definitely going to be getting one of these, I think. Rim colour we can change from standard to black if we want. That is very, very nice. I like that. And then we can change the license plate as well if we wish to. So another tractor. Next up we have got the Samas Tornado 252. This you'll find under tools and under winter equipment, and it's this guy at the end, which is a snow plow. 9,500 to buy, requires 90 horsepower to run, 3 slots on console, 2.5 meter wide, and runs at 6 miles per hour. Zoom out a little bit. No options, it is what it is, but it's pretty cool. So obviously you go along, scoop up the snow, and it will blow it out to the side. Probably I assume you'll be able to turn that pipe whichever angle and way you want to. So pretty cool. And the last one on the list is, again, apologies for saying this wrong, Vervet Hydro Trike 5x5. This you can find under vehicles, and this is under miscellaneous. This is quite a quirky bit of kit, and it's this fella here. It's 530 horsepower. It runs at top speed of 24 miles per hour. It holds 20,000 litres of digestate or slurry. It's 14 slots on console and runs at 12 miles per hour. We click on it, we do have a few options. So this looks like, again, because I haven't tested it, it probably is going to be just a tank, I would imagine, because it doesn't give you any spread width. Whether you can hook anything up to it and turn it into a spreader, I'm not sure, haven't tested it. But we have the wheel brand of Trelleborg, Michelin, and that's it. You can't change the wheel setup in either of those. And then design, we've got standard or launch edition. Doesn't cost you anything extra, but does look quite cool. And then we can change the license plate if we want to. So there you go. That is all those pieces of equipment. Some of the added in features I've talked about, but like I say, check that list out so you can read it all for yourself and take it in. It is quite a lot to take in, but there is some very, very good fixes and additions, etc. like that. So I hope you have all enjoyed the video and I didn't waffle on too much, but hopefully this will improve everyone's game and everyone's going to be a little bit happier with things. If you have enjoyed it, please give us a like, and if you haven't subscribed yet, then please do, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.